You're listening to 1069 Click FM, live in color.
We are at it again, folks. And yes, I am avoiding Thursday night football as much as I possibly can. I don't even know what the score is. Haven't bothered to check. I have been looking at NCAA women's volleyball, which my chat got me hooked on last year and has started up again. Just watched Tennessee win in straight sets over UCLA. And now we're going to be checking out Indiana versus Texas here on Another Stupid Sports Show. Hi to everybody who's new here. Introductions, I'm Jim B on 1069 Click FM. And this is a very angry Chargers fan. Well, now that we've introduced each other, I hope y'all are having a great night, great week, whatever you've been up to. If you've been having to struggle through the work week and this is your first real breath of relaxation, well, I'm glad you made it with us here on this channel. And not a rehash of the same match that we've been seeing over and over in the playoffs for years. Because, hey, a little variety, spice of life, all that nonsense. But yeah, I promised. This was one promise that I made to myself last year. As soon as I saw that women's volleyball was back, I would get back into it and start keeping track of it earlier, just so I could get a better sense of what to expect from the teams. And well, Madison Skinner, I remember her vaguely. Texas won his back-to-back championships, and then last week they also lost to Minnesota. So. Also, Nebraska got upset by Southern Methodist University. I'm not going to hold anything as being hard and fast, as there's that very old saying about collegiate sports. This year's team is not last year's team. I mean, just by the simple fact that people graduate and stop playing. You can't stay there forever unless you're, John Belushi. We're only 31 and 107. Thought we would have been further along. All right, when the hell did we... Okay, they haven't won in a while, and yet it still feels like they should be... Oh, wait, they just won against the Orioles? 8-1? Come on, Baltimore. Seriously? I really regret deciding to put them on the schedule now. I mean, I thought it would have been fun, just looking at the classic AL East rivalry between the Baltimore Orioles and the New York Yankees. Once again, this season, they are at the top and fighting for that division title. Oh yeah, there's all the people dancing like drunken college students, basically. Tied 7-7 with 5:55 left in the first. right, so here we are getting started. We got, I don't remember the name Swindle from last year, but they claim that she was a big part of the team. I'll take their word for it, and if there are actual volleyball experts who tune in and say this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, very, very true, but I'm trying to learn. Nothing till tomorrow, True North, and I would think you would know that because it's going to be your BC Lions going up against the Montreal Alouettes, and I'm sure Angie will have plenty to say about that game. All right, initial serve by the Huskers, absorbed in the backcourt. Try for a little loft over the wall of blockers. First spiked and blocked by Texas as well. And then Skinner gets the first point of the night, lofting it over the wall for an easy kill. All right, this is going to be Aiden Ames on the serve for Texas. All right, yanked out of the back by Indiana, and no one's there to cover at the front of the net. Oh, we might have ourselves another sweep coming up, and what a good rebound after getting embarrassed by Minnesota. And unfortunately, she serves a bit too far and turns the ball back over to Indiana. All right, this could be Sarnice Curry Jelks for Indiana. And just a great job going around the walls of blockers every time. Let's see if I can get an eye on who that's supposed to be. I think it might have been Carolyn Striplin at the front. Meanwhile, Keonale Akana is on the serve for the Texas. Good save at the midcourt. Skinner denied at the front that time. She'll load up and try again with a little loft. However, Indiana able to catch it that time, and their responder goes too far. Texas now leads 4-1. Woo! Hello, Tim. Hope you're doing well tonight. And yeah, no bingo either. I still don't know enough good spaces for these games to put together a board. Maybe someday, but we're not there yet. Although I will point out that the Texas crowd is so much more lively. And there's Mariana Singletary with the kill for Texas. They now lead 5-1. Hey, good times, good times. Akana will serve and just get it inside. They thought it was going to go long. And Indiana takes a timeout. Ooh. Doesn't ring a bell, Tim. Doesn't. I did finally check the sports news though when I got online today, started preparing. Once again, we need to have a moment of peace for the Steelers fans. Russell Wilson is limited in practice due to calf tightness. Apparently, he injured himself while pushing one of those training sleds, and now they may have to start with Justin Fields. And It's the same thing that I think now. Whenever I see a Bears shirt or a Bears jersey out in public, I don't say it because, people tend to take that sort of shit seriously, especially in an election year. But if they screw up another quarterback, Caleb Williams, who just had his number retired by his old alma mater, by the way. They don't use number 13 anymore. And Chicago better not screw up this quarterback. Hey, Logan. By the way, I hope y'all are looking forward to the Brazilian Packers community having fun with tomorrow's game, and finally something goes Indiana's way. The block thrown up by Texas ends up bouncing out of bounds. Currently stand at 6-2, Texas over Indiana. And then Beresma serves it too long. Texas goes again. Early Xbox original and on PS2. Yeah, it might be one of those ones that my eye kind of just glazes over whenever I go to the disc replay. Meanwhile, Skinner serves it too far. Gives it right back. Wow, they really just switched shit up on me. Okay. Texas gets another point. They're up 8-3. Big surprise. Oh, wow. An ace on that one. I thought at least somebody would have gotten that. So Emma Halter will be serving again for the Longhorns. And again, they cannot handle it. All right, they finally are able to handle their business, but then they kill it far too long. Hand another point right to Texas. Seriously, this game might be over before the Thursday night football game ends. That'd be kind of funny. Oh my God, it's another ace. Third ace of the night for Halter. Holy hell. 12-3, they're trying to get it away. It got one save. Texas is able to set up again. Unfortunately, they get out of their rhythm a little bit and give Indiana a chance to gain service back. Battle continues at the net, and finally, it's Texas that cannot get a diving save at the front of the net. Fails. Finally, Indiana scores again. That's now Quindella. Alonso Corselis is on the serve for the Hoosiers. Sends it to the middle of the court, and great movement to the far court, then killing it back across. Aiden aims with the kill shot. Gives service right back to the Longhorns. Meanwhile, Austin Hayes has a kidney infection. Oof. They tried to Get sneaky with a second hit. They made contact. Damn it. Again to Texas. And I think that is another timeout for the Indiana Hoosiers. Oh, man. This. I mean, at least UCLA and Tennessee was competitive. This right now is a squash match. Oof. All right. Let's go see what the hell happened in the major leagues while I wasn't looking. All right. Phillies won like they should, 5-2 against the Marlins. Pirates just going out and ruin everyone's day, I guess. They took one away from the Nationals, 9-3. Meanwhile, Giants stymied the Diamondbacks 3-2. Mariners are able to get one off the Athletics 6-4. We should be more proud of you than we are, Mariners. Meanwhile, Reds were able to upset the Astros 1-0. Nice job. Twins over the Devil Rays 4-3, and no action from the Brewers today. All right, a little reprieve after a loss to the Cards. But what about tomorrow? Oh, okay. Easy rebound. Playing the Rockies. Meanwhile, Texas over the Angels 3-1. Carlson will throw it right into the net for a service, but still it makes it over. And Indiana goes long again. And the fans out in Texas cannot get enough of it. Then again, it's also indoors and, away, assumedly away from all the crazy people with the guns. Easy save on that loft, and unfortunately, Indiana is just having so much trouble here in the first set. Off day. Oh, I didn't think that y'all would have lost a lead in that time. That would have, we're not talking like 1969 Cubs collapse. Another block by Texas at the front. They're going to try on the second hit that time, but they're ready in the back row. They'll try to set up once again, and the wall at the front of the net. Holy hell. Reagan Rutherford and Aiden Ames just not letting a single thing pass for the Longhorns at the front of the net. All right, so they're up 17-4. All right, I believe this is still Avery Carlson on the serve for the Longhorns. All right. And it goes off of the two players and falls meekly to the floor. Finally, Indiana gets themselves another point off of that attempted kill. All right, Kenzie Defini now on service for the Hoosiers. And oh no, she just had a service fault and it gives it right back to the Texans. Come on. Texas will give it right back with their own service error. Woof. Mm-hmm. All hail alternate programming, MKI. Indeed, indeed. Also, oh, and another great hit by Texas, and Indiana completely unprepared to deal with it. Did want to ask MKI, how is Memphis and the surrounding area feeling about Penny Hardaway these days? No kidding, and honest to goodness, no hitter. All right, I guess they can have one as a treat. All right, so now we're up to 19-7. And once again, Reagan Rutherford able to knock it off the blocker and let it fall in front of the net. 5 points to go. All right. This is Ella Swindle on the service. And that one hits the girl right in the sternum. And then another great block by Skinner at the net. Well, Memphis University, and this is coming out of ESPN as of a little before 5 o'clock this afternoon, confirmed the existence of an anonymous letter alleging serious NCAA violations within the Tigers basketball program and alleged Hardaway's personal involvement in potential recruiting and academic violations. So, yeah, I mean, I was laughing for hours upon hours today for very different reasons, but also why I'm wearing one of my knit hats tonight. And again, another kill shot. Kahahawai getting in on the action this time for the Texans. Woo. Yeah. I bet the local media is going to have a goddamn field day with it, MKI. I hope you have enough popcorn. And again, as the fifth ace for the Texans, and Indiana is looking lost out there. This is looking brutal for Indiana. They are 2 points from losing the first set. They can't even get a decent area guarded, and Singletary is able to just thread it through every blocker. Wow. Yep. Players never die. They just move behind the bench. Meanwhile, they win it with another ace. Wow. First set goes by like that, and it goes 25-8. Before we know it, Texas is up 1-0 in the match already. Holy hell. Oh, the one story that really, really made me chuckle was the the VP of content for the Washington Commanders, Rael and Teen, getting fired because of a sting video that he got caught in from James O'Keefe and his band of merry idiots. If y'all don't know, James O'Keefe is basically a right-wing investigative journalist. He essentially spends his time going after left-wing organizations and tries to trip people up into saying, incriminating, embarrassing things about their work and trying to get them to entrap themselves or misrepresent their own work in certain ways. And so they catfished him with a dating app setup and got him on camera to admit or to say a whole bunch of things. And if you go through the list, like it was one of those like, okay, I understand why he's getting fired. And that is as far as I will put it, because everything else about this story just stinks of some dickhead trying to get an opportunity and put his name back in the paper by ruining people's lives. Meanwhile, oh yeah, Leon Draisaitl getting paid. Also, once again, me hoping that the Edmonton Oilers, well, let's just say I hope they're not welcome anywhere they go this season, especially for any teams that they play in the West, and I really hope this includes the Los Angeles Kings. I hope no one gives them a friendly welcome. I would just love it if everybody would be constantly booing them, hurling abuse at them, if possible, and especially for all the hockey arenas that still have organ players in them, if they could please learn one or all of the music that goes along with Kendrick Lamar's diss tracks that came out earlier this summer. The odds are good that they probably won't get it, but maybe they will. All right. We are back. Second set about to get going. Putting the camera on Mariana Singletary. I'm not sure quite why at the moment. Maybe she's going to be the first one serving. No, she's just going to hang out at the back of the pack for the start of this set. Oh, other cool thing that many of the teams have on their websites is actually pronunciation guides for the players. And a little recording so you can hear somebody actually saying it. And was that out? Oh, once again, Indiana. Even when they get it over the net, they can't get it inbounds. Ooh. And now the Chiefs lead 10-7. Of course, it had to be Harrison Butker. And another good save, but nobody can collect at the front of the net for the Longhorns. Goes back to Indiana. Meanwhile, really they got swept by the Reds? I had no idea. I thought that was just an unfortunate coincidence. Holy crap, they got swept by the Reds. Meanwhile, we get a nasty dart of a serve, catches Texas off guard. gives Indiana their own ace, Kenzie DeFini. Indiana's libero is on the serve again. Kansas able to grab it that time. However, the wall of blockers at Indiana doing their job this time. Now up 3-1. Oh, so Indiana's looking for big gains this season. They got a plethora of seniors on the team, but unfortunately, Daphne served long, and ball goes back to Texas. All right, Ames on the serve this time. Handle in the back. Hoosiers try to loft it over. Texas was waiting for that. Ramsey Gray providing the setup, and the initial kill gets deflected from side to side, but the Texans go far too long in the response. And now Indiana, I believe this is the first time that they've led during this match. I would think that'd be the simple solution, MK. I just say, fuck it, Kelsey's probably open. And once again, Texas fires a dart, but everybody ducks out of the way. It goes long. Indiana up 5-2. It was a great kill by Singletary. And meanwhile, the Hoosiers just got another ace. Damn. Let's see who. This is Avery Tatum on the set. Good rescue in the back row. And another block up front for the Indiana seniors. Give that to Cameron Hayworth and Maddie Sell. And now Texas has to call timeout as Indiana has taken a 7-2 lead in the second set and pretty well quieted the crowd down here in Austin. You're serious? He hasn't. Wait, not even a single target. Like he hasn't even passed to him. Not let alone a completion. Not even a pass. Huh. Is he just hoping to lure the Ravens into a false sense of security? Like, oh, we forgot he even plays here. And for all the pictures that I saw of Taylor Swift's arrival to the game, and the passes are going to Rashee Rice. Good. Keep it up. Oh wow, that is a lot of school spirit on that sideline. Meanwhile, again, Madison Skinner finding the open areas in the front half of the court. All right, Akana is on the serve again for the Longhorns. And she puts it right into the net. Doesn't even make it over. Woof. Meanwhile, hits the net and then drops over. Texas caught sleeping. Holy hell. Alonso Corcelis at service again. Skinner tries to go long. Indiana ready, however. And the wall up front does it for the Longhorns. Carlson and Singletary. Now Skinner is back on the serve for the Longhorns. And she goes a little too far again. All right, back to the Hoosiers. They're up 10-4. And who's going to be back on the serve? That's Kenzie Daphne. Caught in the back by Akana. Carlson trying to set it up, but they cannot get it out of the net and over. Oh. Texas looking a little bit clumsy now. Indiana getting their composure back. All right, another serve from Daphne. Grab near the 10-foot line, and this time the ball just gently bounces between the blockers and falls near the net. Nobody ready there for the Hoosiers. Oh no, Halter is up again. And there is her fourth ace of the night. No kidding. Mark Andrews hasn't got a single target. Not even Noah Gray. And then she goes too long, goes right back to the Hoosiers. All right, this is Hayworth on the serve again. They tried to find Ames at the near post, and she's denied at the net. And wow, great job by Saris, just donking it over the front of the net before Texas could do anything. Meantime, Hayworth sends it long and gives it right back to the Horns. All right. Avery Carlson, transfer from Baylor, on the service, caught in the middle. And unfortunately, Texas meets them right at the net and forces them to save again, but nobody's ready. Longhorns now only down by 5. Not even Noah Gray. Carlson on service again. A good save by Halter at the line. And a good job just pushing it over Rutherford with the easy tap. And I think that's another timeout for Indiana. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Wow, so good, strong second set for Indiana, but Texas, after some early stumbles, seems to have found their offensive footing again. Seems to. Was there anything else I missed? Oh. I didn't think it was going to be here this soon. I thought it was another week that this was happening, but I've just been reminded by the ticker at the top of ESPN that Monday Night Football is going to be New York Giants versus the San Francisco 49ers. I gotta be honest, I kind of want to start the show at 7:20 just so I can give as much alternative programming as possible for what seems like would be a very, well, just a, not so much a game, but an endurance test. In the meantime, Halter accidentally ends up losing it out of bounds. Skinner and Carlson give chase, but to no avail. 14-9, Indiana. Now the Boosters looking a little bit out of sorts, unfortunately. Well, Delaney Maple will throw it right out of bounds and give it back to the Longhorns. But they have so much history. Meanwhile, Texans giving it right back. Another service error. And again, it is Kenzie Daphne. Oh my goodness, another ace. All right, serve number 2. Off the net. Easily gathered up, and Skinner far too fast for Daphne to handle in the middle of the court. Back to Texas, 16-11. Yeah, I thought that was what I said, but all right, decent save, but are they going to find room to knock it over? Meanwhile, Ames went for the dive and it sailed into the stands. 17-11. Hoosiers getting closer and closer to getting that first set. All right, I wasn't sure who I could give the credit to on the set, but Rutherford was able to kill it and get service immediately back to the Longhorns. All right, this is Akana back on the service for the Longhorns. Avery can't control it off the initial serve. I thought that was off a hand, unfortunately. A little bit too long. Damn. Service by Arcana again. And they end up bad hit. They had to chase it backwards. Halter were easily set up for her friends. After the deflection at the net. And too far again. Texas now only trails by 3. Lacan on the serve once more. And they're having a rough time keeping it in play. Halter able to rescue it after that attempted kill. Skinner will go long. Yep, that is officially out. All right, Alonzo Corcel back into service. Gather it up in the rear court and off the attack. And they get it back. And who is it, of course? Madeline Skinner. And she's on the service. Where will she aim? From the far side, Indiana could not find room, and then it gets shot right into the libero's face, and Texas now only trails by 2. Wow, Lamb. And a huge kill shot there by number 11, Mariana Singletary. Meanwhile, Indiana's finally gets a good deflection off the block. They gain service right back. All right, Fickle on the service for the Hoosiers. And we get a block at the net. And they must have hit the net or something, because point goes to Texas. Yeah. All right, here's Halter again. Unfortunately, a little bit of backwards movement off that initial bump. It's an easy give back to the Hoosiers, and Skinner just buries it in the back row. Down to a 1-point lead for Indiana here in the second set. Oh, wow. Meanwhile, Halter gives it away with another service error. And we didn't get to see it because they were busy doing the replay. A great tradition that has infected all of sports. Hayworth will hit it out of bounds. All right, Carlson on the serve. Hayworth tried to set it up, and I think she got called at the net. And now they're tied again. Oh, no. And it goes and hits the line judge right in the legs. Yeah, that's obviously out. Now Texas leads again 21-20, and the Hoosiers call timeout. Wow. We very well could be done with this game before Thursday Night Football is over. Not saying I want it to be that way, but even if it is turning into a squash match, I've enjoyed it. All right. Now we're another extended break as they try to advertise all the wonderful programming on the SEC network. Great. Oh, yeah, of course they had the banner unveiling. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who? Texas Volleyball Championships outside the NCAA. Because there's. AIAW. What the hell is the AIAW? Association for Intercollegiate Athletics for Women. Wow. Must have been when they finally decided to let him in the NCAA. Meanwhile, Indiana gets it back again thanks to Tatum. Good kill through the blocker's arms. And Texas tries to lob it over. Nothing doing. Indiana tries it themselves. Texas catches them in the act. That one's off a tip, and Texas gets the point. Oh, no. I thought it was off of Indiana, too. But now they're changing it to Texas. Oh, no. Texas is going to challenge. Now, what does the replay have to say? I don't know. We're doing our review right now. No, it's... Oh, this is a different play they're showing us. They completely set up the wrong play to put in slow motion. Thank you, guys. We'll have the right replay in just a moment. All right, now we'll get a look at the correct replay. Oh, I thought, yeah, looks like number 27 for the Hoosiers. Ella Boersma might have gotten a hand on it. Yeah, I thought there was contact, but and it was reversed. Well, it was 22-21 Indiana, but they just had a point reversed on a challenge, and now it's 22-21 Texas over Indiana. All right, now, who is this that is serving for Texas? Could not tell because the number didn't show. Another block for Texas up front. Halter tried to set up, and Skinner gets her kill shot knocked out of bounds. Oh, 23-21, trailing for most of this set, and Texas has climbed back. They try the setup again, but once again, Harton and company are ready, and Skinner will not let up. She has been attacking everybody near that 10-foot line, no matter which libero it is, whether it's Ramsey Gary or if it's Kenzie Daphne. All right, serve is by Jenna Wennis. Good save there in the back court. Skinner tries to, and they do. The block went out of bounds. With that, they win the second set 25-21. We are at now a 2-0 set lead for Texas. Damn. On our way to a sweep. Oh no. What is the schedule for the CFL on Sunday? Yeah. Toronto, Ontario, then Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, then Calgary, Edmonton, because, yeah, next day is the opening of the NFL, and so no one's going to be paying attention. Who's setting the most? Honestly, I'd have to say, well, best sum up of the game so far. Texas has been just sending kill shot after kill shot, ace after ace, multiple aces for Texas servers. Indiana had a good second set, but I think Texas is setting the most, and they're just outright playing better than Indiana. Meanwhile, Tucker misses a 53-yard field goal. Oh, now he misses field goals. 13-7 lead with 1:50 to go in the second. Yep, sounds about right. Well, is this where we actually get a break? No, this is one of their shorter break formats that they've got going on right now. So we don't quite get a pause for the cause yet, and we might not even get one if this game ends up being done in straight sets. And why is Johnny Depp playing guitar in the desert? Okay. Oh, and this is what I was waiting for. And I didn't think I would. Oh, shoot, they didn't include that, did they? CFL, Nathan, or. Yeah, doesn't look like they decided to fine him for blowing off that interview after he got pissed about what the pre-show people were saying about him. And damn, Skinner has 8 kills tonight. Hayworth for Indiana, only 1. Well, at least they look like they're having fun out there. Set number 3. Here we go. All right, Hayworth on the serve to start set number 3. Good dig by Skinner. She's able to save it. Gary will set up. And an easy tap for Alonso Corselis. Didn't feel like a point that the Longhorns would give up, really. Meanwhile, Mahomes just threw a pick. Red, Blacks, and Alouettes for Canadian Thanksgiving. All right, India trying again at the line. Halter is able to save it, but nobody there for the second hit. Okay, this is starting to feel like the second set all over again, and I'm not going to get too excited until Texas actually lets this one slip away for good. Meanwhile, that serve hits Halter in the foot. Wow. That's another ace for for Hayworth. Wow. Decent run for the Hoosiers right now. Halter had a little bit of difficulty hauling that one in, unfortunately. Texas is able to knock that between the defenders. Almost too easy for Rutherford. 3-1 now. All right, Binney on the serve for Texas. They try to nudge this one over, and Indiana gets that. Saris with a gentle love tap at the net. And off she will go to the waiting pool of players. Right off the hands of Singletary and down front. And damn, another ace. One of the early players, I think that was Madison Skinner for the Texans, unable to handle that initial drive. And look where we are now. We're at 5-1. Texas still leading 2-0. They've set-wise, but meanwhile, just everybody getting out of place, and Skinner just tap it right over because everybody else was out of position. Oh, and look who's serving again. Akana. Nothing doing on that first initial attack by Indiana. They try to tip it over the blockers, and it works like a charm again. And another kill for, of course, who it is, Madison Skinner. She's already in double digits for the night on that stat. 5-3, Indiana. Akana on the serve again. Hayworth, forgive me, setting up in the near side. Nobody able to get it. However, Indiana was able to rescue that shot from Skinner. Finally saved by Swindle. They're going to try for Skinner again, and the block goes right into the net on Indiana's side. And this is starting to feel familiar again. Serve again from Akana. They'll try to tap it over. Indiana shoots it right back. Halter sets up. Skinner cannot get that kill, unfortunately. She tries to tap her right back over. Gary will try to set up again for Corsellis. Her shot will be blocked out by Singletary and the crew. That gives it back. Oh, did she get plastered in the kisser? Oh yeah, off her teammate's arm and into the side of her face. Ooh. That's a rough shot. It's Daphne on the serve again, and she makes up, and she comes right back by just right past the blockers at the front of the net. Texans are down by 1 again. All right. Within 1. Off the net. And it gets denied, and nobody can get it through. Ran out of hits and is tied 6-all. Wow. Skinner is on service. Handled nicely in the front court. And Jenna Wenas with a great play in the front of the net. Oh, damn. They gave it right back to Indiana. Must not have been as good as I thought. And so then Skinner will get it right back with another one of her high-speed kill shots. Hey, we can't let things get too unpredictable. And Gary could not handle that one. Wenas tries to tap over, but nothing doing. Out of play on that attempted hit by Indiana. And now Texas takes the lead 8-7. Oh, don't talk body language. Have you seen how this game has been going for them? Meanwhile, Halter will get absolutely plastered by that shot. All right, 8-all. And Alonso Corsellis serving again. And Skinner sends it right into the net. A rare mistake from Madison. All right, Alonso Corsellis on the set again. Aiming for the near side in the back. Able to rescue it. Gary sets it up for Saris, and she goes long. I don't know why they keep going for the touch and not actually try to hit the court, but, you know. Meanwhile, they can't even control off the serve and find a good place to kill from on the far side of the net. Texas takes the lead again. All right, Swindle back into service for the Longhorns. And once again, they let it. The setup drifts over the net, and Rutherford will slap it down. Are they going to have another break right now? Looks like it. Yep. We're going to have ourselves another break, and I think we are due for a pause for the cause. We have not had one in a little bit. We will return maybe with the end of the game, but at least the rest of the third set between Texas and Indiana here on another stupid sports show, alternative programming to whatever Thursday Night Football is vomiting up right now. Back we come. Only a little bit of scoring change since we stepped away. I had to feed the cats. 12-10. Skinner tries to kill it. Gathered up nicely in the back court. And right off of Swindle. And she cannot get it up in the air anymore. Hoosiers back within one. Meanwhile, at halftime, it's 13-10. And Lamar and Kelsey are apparently not doing well in this game. Rutherford will get that one in. And right now, it looks like Texas is rebounding well after losing in 4 sets to Minnesota. Hayworth tries to set up for an easy put over. Texas is ready, however, and Skinner goes too far. Damn. All right, 13-12. Indiana trying desperately to hang on and not get swept away on this visit down to Austin. All right, this is Delaney Maple on the serve, and she goes right into the net. Ooh. Akana on the serve again, and this usually ends up translating into points galore for the Hoosiers. Good save by Halter. They're going to try to set it up, and once again, The kill shot goes off the blockers down into an empty spot in the court, and Skinner cannot be stopped. And Gary will stop that save. Halter will save that one. Madison sets up Swindle. Her kill gets saved by Harlow. They try to tip it over. Everybody dives for it at once. Kana and Skinner cannot get the dig. Hoosiers back within 2. Now Kenzie Daphne back to serve again for the Hoosiers. And she goes way too far. 9 more points until Texas has won, essentially. All right, this is Madison Skinner on the serve. Harlow tries to set it up, and unfortunately the wall is ready. And Swindle cannot get it hit over. Gary will instead just knock it over everybody's head, and it'll drop in the back court. Wow. And the Hoosiers give it right back again with another service error. Oh no. Emma Halter is back in service, and I'm sure she'd like to end this with a couple of aces. Although, Maddie Sell did just get a nice kill off the blockers in front. A block will be rescued by Gary. Once again, she rescues again. Doing a fantastic job so far. Another diving rescue by Halter. They try to set it up again at the net. Gary with the rescue. Harlow sets up, and it's a little too far. Out. And so they have no choice. They must challenge. It is far too late. And the camera was too far zoomed in for us to see. And also, that part of the screen is being blocked by the ticker. Well, I hope they get a better camera look at it than we did. Oh, man. 2-0, 18-15. I mean, as hard as Indiana has been fighting, Texas, it feels like just has too much for them to overcome. It's a real shame, but oh no. And CFL is letting 888 Casino set up shop on their sidelines. Good times. Ump is still scrolling back. Not a clue, and they're not giving us any alternate angles. When are we going to... when is this damn season going to be over? Oh. And it was out. Oh, yeah, it hit. Hit out. No big deal. End of the month, we will be done with the baseball regular season, and hopefully the White Sox humiliation will be complete. Swindle is on service, and she throws it right into the net. Woof. All right, this is Luca Fickle, who is here on service for the Hoosiers. Of an awkward save for Halter on, thankfully, nobody in the middle for Rutherford, and that little tap. MKI, I have so many better things to do these days than watch the White Sox. For example, take the time to actually look up about the teams that I'm watching for volleyball before I watch them. It didn't take too long, and I already feel like my life is more enriched than watching the White Sox, disappoint their fan base again. Oh, sorry, a little bit too long. Hayworth and Rutherford off of Gary's sternum. And just like that, Texas 5 points from 5 points from the match. And damn, straight back out again. And Texas gives it away. All right, now Delaney Maple is coming up to serve for the Hoosiers. And she blasts it right into the net. Damn. And another service error. It goes back to the Hoosiers. These teams just cannot get it together. Very Carlson. And that's right into the net. Kenzie Daphne is back. Goes right to Halter, and Skinner's shot is... That's too... I thought they marked it as too far. Thought that was what the flag was. Oh, they must have had a touch. Okay. Maple a little bit awkward on that initial save, but worked around for Texas to try to tap in from the near side. Nothing doing. Halter will save that kill shot. And Jenna Weddis will scorch it in from the near pole. Now 23-19 Texas, and another timeout by the Hoosiers, I'm assuming. Looks like we are very close to the end of this nonsense, and the Texans and Angels know it's time to go to bed, and the Texas Longhorns may be of that same mindset. In which case, yeah, we'll have to bring him in. Hang on. Well, other cat decided he wanted to hide and didn't want to come in to promote himself, so instead we get this one, who I'm sure would love to point out that the Alouettes are playing tomorrow and are probably going to destroy the BC Lions. Oh, I know. How dare I, Angie? Yeah. Corsellis gets hurt. Kill blocked at the line. Meanwhile, Halter will rescue after that touch. Kahawai tries to end it. And another block at the front, but does that go out? It did. And Indiana gets it back. Yeah, please let the chaos consume us all. Monty did poke his head in here a little while ago, but I think he realized what's going on. And there it is. Kill, block goes out, and match point here for the Longhorns. And Halter with the service. Rescued by the Hoosiers. Longhorns try to knock it right back over. Indiana returns the favor just as quickly. And is averted for one more play as Indiana is able to kill that one right in the middle of the court. And Alonso Corsellis. Still match point for Texas. And Skinner with an awkward play on the ball that gives an easy ace to Indiana. Hey, no one's telling you what you have to do, MKI. But, we got a big weekend of sports ahead of us. We got to start thinking this stuff as a marathon rather than a sprint. And before you know it, NBA is going to be here, NHL, and we're going to be looking in 15 different directions at once, and we're going to have all sorts of trouble keeping up. But hopefully, out here on our Stupid Sports Show, we'll do our best to keep our heads above water and not get too caught up in the bullshit. And hopefully, we will have some fun as we're watching these sports instead of just endless pain. All right, match point again. And of course, it'll be Halter, Skinner, and Ames out there. Candela Alonso Corsellas still on serve for the Hoosiers. Gathered in the backcourt, set up by Halter. The block bounces to the back. They try a quick strike and it goes out. And the home opener for the Longhorns is won by the home team. Straight sets. And oh yeah, this is their SEC debut because they just skedaddled away from the Big 12. I'd forgotten all about that, but there we go with a 25-22 win in the third set. Texas wins their match against the Indiana Hoosiers 3-0 in women's volleyball. Puts Indiana down to 3-1. Texas now, above 500 again after, losing to Minnesota in the last match, which I still find wonderfully hilarious because, hey, Minnesota beating Texas, it gives me a lot of life these days. And I'll just leave it at that for right now. Otherwise, that's going to do it for tonight on Another Stupid Sports Show. I know there's more NFL that's coming along, but frankly, y'all got Grassi. I'm sure he's doing gangbusters with it right now. Go patronize his stream for a while. But I would like to thank y'all for tuning in and dropping in as we get back into the swing of things with NCAA women's volleyball. And we will be back again for it in a couple weeks. Baseball next week, but tomorrow, CFL. Alouettes versus Lions. I hope you all are ready for the downhill ride to the CFL playoffs. It's going to be a good time. This is Jim B on 106.9 Click FM. Thank you so much for stopping by, and good night, Milwaukee, wherever you are.